Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm gonna be joining this live stream. I don't know what they talk about right now.
Makes sense.
I have a question. Thank you for letting me on, by the way.
No problem.
So why are black men so obsessed with big butts? As a black woman that has bigger boobs, it seems like black men will take a woman with a big butt and an ugly face over a very pretty woman that maybe doesn't have like the biggest butt. And I think that's the reason why a lot of black women are comfortable with being obese because you guys don't care how fat they are as long as they have big butts. So.
Well, first off, ma'am, I don't believe nothing you say until you show it. I think you're just making things up. If you don't show us these titties, I don't believe you got them. Number one.
He's a titty man, by the way.
I'm as black as they come, apparently, from what I've heard.
Me as well.
I prefer your breast. But
Yes.
I've never been a butt man.
No, Mr. Fantastic, he's an ass man, so you can start off, Mr. Fantastic. Why do you and the rest of you assers? Is that what y'all call yourself, assers?
Oh, no, bro. Well, hold on, brother. I'm a clinical assologist. You know what I'm saying? I can go get my degree if you need me to. Again, like I said, these are my tools. They are calibrated and certified in all 50 United States and Puerto Rico. You feel me? So to answer the young lady's question, ma'am, actually it's a genetic thing, right? Or a phenotypical thing to where black women usually have more fat in their hips, in their buttocks. So it's actually a phenotypical attraction thing as to where, it's just something naturally that happens to have. Now, the point that you're talking about, like the big girls, the fat girls, again, being that you're not studied in assology, what you don't know is a lot of these big girls got flat backs. Okay. Just because she big don't mean that ass, you know what I'm saying? So you got like, you know what I'm saying? You got the teardrop ass, you got the bubble ass, you got the flat screen, you got the Zenith Flow model TV from back in the 80s. There's a lot of asses that people don't, but just because she big don't mean she gonna have a big ass, right? But now what you're talking about, ma'am, is the that ass though niggas, not the worst.
Yeah. Nigga killing me tonight, bro.
That ass though niggas and feet niggas, give them all 100 years, okay? Lock them up, keep them in there, and don't. But it's very, very rare that a man would just turn down a woman with a beautiful face and a nice set of titties for that ass though. Now there are some niggas.
I'm a sucker for a pretty face.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a pretty face, athletic build. Yeah.
We can make that work, but yeah, man, ain't nobody picking a TD Jakes Jr. over a big ass over, you know what I'm saying, let's say a Maya face with some big titties. I mean that's not common. It happens, okay, it's possible but not probable.
Yeah, like here's
Hey, yo, when I came in here, they was this is what they was talking about. I just hopped on here, only been on here about. All right, so I turned my camera off on the other live stream. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all give me a one if y'all can hear me? Can y'all give me a one if y'all can hear me? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Get a 1, 2. Get a 1, 2, 3. If y'all can hear me. Thank you. Appreciate it. So I don't know what the hell they talking about. So normally it starts at 9. I wasn't able to hop in at 9. And I know normally the conversations kind of go, like, because these are people in the world, of course, these are conversations that are not necessarily, it's not always going to be biblical, but usually it's like the actual subject to talk about. I apologize for subjecting y'all to this type of conversation. With these niggas on here, I don't know what the fuck this is right now. Because so the reason, so as y'all can see, I took it off the screen. Maybe they'll bring it back to like a real type of conversation. If they don't bring it back to a real type of conversation, then we could do something else. I don't have to stay on live. It is not the end of the world. So I can hear them talking in my speaker, in my headphones. I'm still listening. So if it turns to something where I think we can have a actual intelligent, better conversation than this and talk about a woman's body, then I'll join. If not, I'm not going over there. But there's a video somebody sent me. I'm trying to see if I got it. Maybe it's on my Instagram. Bear with me one second. Y'all prefer me just to do a live stream? Because I can just do a live stream. I can talk about various topics. Like I'm listening, they still talking about butts. I can't really rock with that. Oh, bear with me one second, y'all. Yeah, I'm not sure. Now they're bringing in somebody named Miss Lovely. I'm not sure where the conversation is going. Brick City, can you send me the link to that? The video of a mom abusing her son with God. Oh, I think I know what you're talking about. Can somebody message me that video? Okay, no cap, no cap. Was there anything else that you wanted to add on this live? Like, if there, like, so no cap was a brother that was on. I know this kind of earlier talking about FBA. Was there anything you wanted to add? You can. Let me do this. Copy. Put this in. That's the link. If anybody wants to join, y'all can click that link to join. All right, that's the link they want to join. All right, y'all. So I just left that live stream myself. All right. So I left that live stream, but being that we already live, might as well do something. So what I'll do is bring this brother up here. No cap. What's going on, no cap? This the brother that was on the FBA panel with me earlier. What's going on, brother? You said you're doing a reaction video?
Yeah, I was actually about to do it at 9:30, but I could push it back, you know.
Oh, no. You ain't got, listen, don't mess up your schedule. I just didn't know when I saw you in the chat. I didn't know if there's anything else that you had wanted to bring out about it. That's all. Like you ain't gotta if you want to just go do your live, that's cool. But I didn't know if you had something you wanted to say, and I just wanted to give you the opportunity. That's all.
Well, actually, that's what I was going to hit you up about, because I kind of wanted to further the discussion, because on my end, the FBA and Tether discussion has grown and has became very controversial.
What do you mean by that? The FBA and Tether
Well,
became very controversial.
because I cover a lot of the like police brutality and all that kind of stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I do a lot of racial topics, you know,
Okay.
and like we do get pushback from black people, you know, as far as like Caribbeans or even foundational black Americans that I would consider black coons. I call them black coons because you know they tried to flag my channel, whatever.
Okay.
But so there's been a lot of controversy as far as like who's for black Americans and who's not for black Americans. And it's become a very big thing to see if somebody is actually was born in America or their parents was born in America and why they take the stance that they do. Um, what you said earlier on Sonetta's channel, I totally agree with as far as like the foundational Black American movement. It could, to me, it could be very misleading and dangerous too because of what you said as far as mixing in the LGBT community, also just the
Right.
different religions and everything and doctrines and everything that could get
Mhm.
mixed in it. Me,
Right.
you know, I've accepted that I was an Israelite probably like about 12 years ago. And I understand all the sisters and brothers are not going to be considered foundational Black Americans. I love all my brothers and sisters the same.
Right.
But I did have to lately, I did have to come to I had to recognize that there are people that are not originally from America that would be considered black, and they don't actually share the same compassion and consideration for the atrocities that happen to Black Americans, you know,
Right.
over here. So I
Right.
do see the disparities, and then I have to recognize it because my audience brings it out too. They be like, "Man, Freezy, man, listen, they suspect, bro. They don't even care about us, you know."
Right.
You know, so
Right. Right.
yeah.
I
What do you think
agree.
about that, bro?
When you talking about from the other nations and stuff like that, I don't think
Mhm.
we're ever gonna get no respect from them. I mean, I think all you're gonna see from them is them consistently taking advantage, them consistently looking at us as less than nothing unless they can get some type of benefit from it. Also, you know
Mhm.
what I find now, and you can tell me how true or false this part is. I only really see the gay part on Twitter. I don't see it off of Twitter, if I'm being honest. I don't see, and because, and I'm saying that to you because you're active on the FBA side. So do you see a lot of that off of Twitter or just on Twitter?
To be honest with you, I just got hip to it when I seen O'Shea Du Jackson. He did a piece on you and
Mm-hmm.
Tyreek Nasheed.
Mm-hmm.
And I just found out about old boy that considered himself, well, he said the queen of
Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna tell you, it on that Twitter, it's a lot of community LGBTQ men
Mhm.
that are like frontlining talking about that environment, like talking about FBA and stuff like that. I don't see that off the internet. That's why I only say like that's on Twitter. That's why I say Twitter is a strange place, not FBA itself. Like I don't agree with FBA and all that, but I've learned to understand it. So I don't have the same issue with it or stance on it because it's like, you know, African American FBA. That's about as far as they going with it. That's how they look at it. So I ain't really got much to say about it. So now with that said, I ain't gotta say nothing. But on Twitter, if you ever go on Twitter, you'll be like, man, F the FBA because of all the nonsense. But what it really find what Twitter will have you think about with FBA is like, it's like, I don't know if it's because they're getting attacked by so many Africans
Yeah.
that now it's like, okay, we're gonna attack back. I think that plays a part. It's almost like when we like our main enemy for Israelites, our main enemy is the so-called white man, right?
Mhm.
That's our main enemy.
Facts.
And when we see black people siding with the white man, it infuriates us. You know what I mean? So we go at them. And I think that's how the FBAs look at the Africans. The Africans on Twitter is creating fake accounts, pretending to be black, doing all this cosplaying of black people. And then black people are attacking back. I made a post the other day. I said, I don't listen to no African music. And some people telling me some African music. And even though the songs be popular, I don't listen to none of that. I think there's some popular Hamite sample Tony Braxton's beat
Mhm.
or something.
Yeah, I don't listen to that shit either.
Yeah, I'm like when it was played from oh yeah, okay, I heard that song before, but I don't listen to nothing African. But that's the one thing I do like about FBAs though, because to me FBAs are like babies in understanding who your brother is and who your brother is not. And so when you can begin to break that chain from Hamites, I think you on your way to, maybe one day being on our side. Maybe one day y'all be out there talk about now we Israelites. Maybe one day. Who
Well,
knows?
I hold more true to, you know, the Israelite movement and following the law, statutes, and commandments. The FBA thing comes into play when something happened to a sister like Sonia Massey. She probably wasn't a part of the she probably hadn't even accepted that she was an Israelite. I think she had mental issues or whatever. So I
Right.
do have compassion for people that in America, black people in America that fall at the hands of racism or racist cops or whatever. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Cap. As far as what you brought out about the dude on Twitter, as far as claiming he's the queen of FBA, we got to be careful with the FBA movement as well, because I do think that a lot of that is because of the Black Lives Matter kind of infuse a lot of that stuff into the FBA movement as well. We already know what the Black Lives Matter movement was spearheaded by homosexual. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Listen, that's what raised my eyebrow with it. You can continue. I'll chime in after you.
Yeah. So that's why I tread lightly when it comes to the FBA movement. I do understand as far as like reparations and stuff, even though I don't think they're ever going to get it. I don't think they crackers are ever going to get them, some reparations, whatever. But
right,
I do understand the concern and the reasoning behind it all. But me, I hold true to that I'm of the lineage of Jesus Christ and David and all that kind of, whatever. That's
right.
me. That's my foundation. I don't really push the FBA stuff. I don't be around here yelling FBI. I don't do that. I don't really be. But when it comes to speaking up for our people who get killed at the hands of police or just suffer racism or whatever, blah blah blah, I will recognize and I will understand and I will um I will put somebody in the hot seat, especially somebody that claims to be black in America, who speaks against these black people who fell at it. Like you said, you've heard black people that actually said that it was Sonia Massey's fault and not the cops' fault. They actually praised the cop. So when I hear rhetoric like that, that's when I step in and I kind of understand. When FBA rise up and then they get upset about people that say so, I can identify with that. I understand that, But other than that, man, I'm Israelite to the day I die. Yeah, that's it.
Definitely. That's my most important thing. Israelite to the day I die. That's why I said I rock with the FBA, because the FBA is rocking being Israelite, being black only, and that's a start. I don't like sometimes like when brothers come into the truth, you can't expect them to just know everything right away. And so these brothers, I'm not saying that they're in the truth or not, but to come to a point in this day to want to separate from a people that I know is not our people, I think that's a start. That's why I try not to go at the FBA too tough. Just as long as they leave me alone, we pretty cool. I'm pretty straight with it. But there's a guy, like I had put this video on my channel, the coolest brother I've ever met. The coolest brother that I've ever met. I actually, he's the one that kind of like, I could say, calm me down a little bit from going going at them like that. I had a conversation with this brother named, on Twitter. His name is Brother Disrespectful. I think on TikTok his name is Daniel. And I had a conversation with him last week, and I ended up putting the conversation on the internet. So there are a lot of brothers that you can have a conversation with them with, but the FBA is going to have to come to a point if they're going to run with the narrative of pushing what we all going to know is a movement. They're going to have to just get a little stronger with it. That's all.
Now, what they're gonna have to do is realize that the Israelites and start following the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what they're gonna have to do. Because I truly believe that that's the only way Black and brown people are going to be able to rise up and be strong, especially in the spirit, and just not lose their damn minds out here in the Western society, or whatever, or in the world. Period. I just think that they just need to wake up and come to the truth. And that's what I've been pushing as far as on my end, just trying to wake people up, come to truth. Before I go, because I got to go, I'm finna do my live stream count. I want to ask you your advice on something.
What's up?
So I live in Central Florida, right? And I'm not around a camp or whatever. I just I read my Bible a lot. I watch guys like you a lot. I watch, I just try to get the word the
Well, we
best
have
way
a
I can.
school in Florida. I can give you a number to call.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna call you anyway. I'm gonna call you on your phone. I'm gonna text you my number and everything.
Okay, all right.
But I've gotten acquainted with people that have frequented my channel, and there's this young lady, which I won't say her name. She's Christian. She goes to Christian church. She's like, she claims Christian or whatever. I have Bible study every Saturday in the Discord. I got Bible study every Saturday Discord, and it's all Black people that come, but most of them are come from the Christian church and everything. They just come to get the word, and I just give the truth or whatever. And they invited me. Some of them have invited me to their channels. And the last incident that I had, I went to this woman's channel, and it was a guy up there. He was he said that he came out and said that he was gay, and he
in the church.
he was on her show. She does a Sunday night show on YouTube, and he said he was gay, but she embraced him. And there was another guy up there, her co-host. He's a pastor. He believes Jesus Christ died for his sins and all that kind of stuff. But he doesn't believe. They don't believe like I believe, as far as the pure and unadulterated truth. But the guy that was up there said that he was gay. He was just attending the stream or whatever, the Bible stream. And he was saying that he believes that people are born gay, and I was saying, bro, the Bible doesn't say that.
There's no.
I was telling him, you say you believe in the Bible, right? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, the Bible don't say that, and I believe that if you try hard enough, if you fast and pray and you stay in your scripture and you pray without ceasing and you stay around brothers like me, if you're really sincere, I'll give you my number or whatnot. And when I told him that,
this is you telling
I'm telling the gay dude. I'm telling the gay dude, listen, the Israelites, we don't turn away gay people. But if you refuse to just turn away from your sins, we can't rock with you. I can't rock with you. If you really serious about turning away from that life and really coming to the truth and dedicating yourself to the Most High, we can move forward. But he was saying, well, he doesn't believe that people can just change. People are born that way. And I was like, well, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. This is my question to you, because I know I'm rambling. So he ended up saying, no, well, I don't want to rock with you because me and you different, whatever. And then I found out he was white. I found out the dude was white. The whole time he was in an avatar. You know how people like you and
Right.
Sanetta said they be cowards, they be under those avatars, they don't
Right.
show their
Right.
face. But he
Right.
made a mistake and cammed up for a split second. I seen he was white. I was like, oh man, you white? You white? I was like, bro, I was like, man, listen. I told the host of the show, female, I was like, listen, y'all gotta be careful, just being very inviting with these type of people, and you just got to be careful because the devil comes to steal, kill, and destroy. But
Right.
her and her co-host, they got at me. They was saying that I was being too harsh on the dude, especially when I found out he was white. And he said he felt like, he also said that he didn't feel like being gay was a sin. So it's that Christian
But
bullshit,
this a white guy, right?
White guy. So I was like, do y'all see what's going on? I was like, bro, so this is my question to you. Do you think I should stop going to like showing my face on Christian channels like that?
You shouldn't stop. You shouldn't stop showing your face on Christian channels at all. Hold on 1 second. On my TikTok audience, can y'all give me a 1, or can somebody from my YouTube audience, can y'all go over to TikTok and just check and make sure that they can hear me and the brother that's talking on there? Can y'all do that for me? I would greatly appreciate it. No, it's not wrong. Now, was this a black Christian audience you went to? Okay.
Most.
No, you got to go to like that. I was just on this panel with Tommy, right? So Tommy is a brother that I met last year. We've been cool ever since. We do panels. He's been doing these super panels the past couple of weeks. I was just on it. Now, when it comes to the super panel that Tommy runs, I know that it's not a biblical audience, but sometimes they talk about relative topics that I can come in and then talk about, and then I'm able to then I'm able to talk the Bible, bring out Bible verses, talk current events, XYZ, like that. I do the same thing in Christian audiences. I go into Christian environments and do the same exact thing. So you don't have to, you don't want to limit yourself and say, I don't want to go into these spaces. But when you're talking to people, sometimes when I hear people's voices, because I've been doing this so long, I could sometimes hear the whiteness in their voice. And so because I can hear that whiteness in their voice, I'll be like, I don't know if you one of us. You might be somebody else. And don't be afraid to just ask them.
I did. When I put the pressure on them, the black Christians, they shunned me. Like they was like, you should be ashamed of yourself. Cause I was like, man, y'all stop playing around with these people. They playing in your face. And he was being very condescending and passive aggressive. But I was like, listen, first of all, I thought you was black. But when I found out you was white, I was like, bruh, and when the black Christians, the host and the co-host kind of shunned me, and they were saying I sinned against the gay white dude. They were saying all kinds of crazy stuff. I was like, I don't think I need to come back here, because once I dropped down, they told the gay white the gay white dude, we just want you to know we love you. And, you're always welcome over here. Don't worry about that guy, whatever they were talking about me. And I was like, damn, I'm supposed to be y'all people.
Right.
And y'all embracing this gay white dude. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, where they do that at? But I don't know.
No, yeah. I would have told that white man, hey man, go do your thing. And I would have got done with him. Like, don't get tripped up because you found out he's white. You should really thank the Most High before you be doing full out counsel and love and treat him like a brother. The Lord would give it to you, so you didn't have to worry about it too much. So I wouldn't trip too much about the whole white thing, and I wouldn't let that deter me from going into Christian spaces, Muslim spaces. We got to go into all these different audiences, so that way we can wake our people up. It's important. So you got to do that.
Cap, man, I appreciate you, man. And what's a good time to hit you up? Tomorrow? What
anytime tomorrow. Yeah, just if you want to just text first.
Yeah, I'm gonna text you first.
Yeah, if you text me first, and then we could rock out from there. But anytime tomorrow, you could do it.
I appreciate you, Cap.
All right, no problem.
All right, bro.
All right. Hey, can y'all let me know if there's an echo? I know that they're saying there was an echo on Twitter. Can somebody tell me if the echo is still there or not? That way I could finish teaching. Can y'all? Oh, there's still an echo. Let me check this out. Give me 1 second. So for those on my Twitter, what I'm doing is I'm streaming on my YouTube and on TikTok. So they're telling me no echo on. They're telling me no echo on TikTok. So let me see if I can just get rid of the echo over here. I'm gonna try to turn the volume down some. And also too, if anybody wanna call in, the numbers at the bottom, 646-828-5777. If you want to call in, if you got a question or comment. I titled this, also needed somebody to send me that video. I know a brother said he put it in the chat, but I'm not seeing it in the chat. I want to get that video of that mother that was abusing her son. Like, that was the craziest thing that I've seen. What can I do about this? Let me see if I do this. Tell me now if y'all hear the echo now. I think I might have got the echo out the way because I think I took the I turned the speaker off. So y'all tell me now if y'all can hear the echo. And don't forget on the TikTok, y'all want to make sure you like and thumb up the video. I think on YouTube you thumb up the video. So the title, what did I title this one? 1 second, give me a second. The number to call in is 646-828-5777. Let me pin it to the top. I'm gonna pin it to the top. Give me 1 second. Hide, edit here. Let's take this number, save, show. And if you want to call, if you want to join on TikTok, you can just click join. You can actually join. I'll answer any questions you got. Now you still got an echo? Is that a new echo or old echo? You got an echo on here, sir. Okay, give me 1 second. What do I gotta do? I wonder why I got an echo over there. To my YouTube audience, I'm gonna mute this mic 1 second. Just bear with me 1 second. I do like this. Y'all gonna tell me that y'all got echo on the TikTok. Hey, Shalom, if you could just bear with me, I'm gonna put you on the screen, but I'm just trying to work this echo out on TikTok. 'Cause I'm trying to stream on both at the same time, so I'm just trying to work this echo. Is the echo bad? Let me check. Let me look at this mixer real fast. So microphone. Let me see if I turn that down. What? It's still okay. Okay, so I'm gonna see how long my TikTok audience can tolerate it. Let me just add you to the screen, and then I'll go ahead and take your questions. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, they say good now. Okay, I think what it was, somebody said it good now. On the mixer on the TikTok studio, they got two microphones. It says primary microphone, and then it has a second microphone. And so I had to turn the second microphone down. So we in the game. Okay, all right, that's good. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Now we got it. Okay. All right. So now let me bring the caller on. Bear with me 1 second. Stop screen, share screen, bring the bridge, bring over here, come over here, add the stage, bring me back. So the first caller, 832-935. What's your name? Where you calling from? 832 832-935.
Shalom, brother.
Hey, Shalom, Mike, what's going on? You got a question or comment, brother?
Yes, sir. I wanted to know, first of all, I was raised in the church, and I came into the truth I knew something was wrong probably around like 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And as I got older, I started studying and reading, started inquiring about a lot of things,
Right.
and I understand God would gave me the knowledge to understand the truth about everything.
What does that
Sub-Saharan
mean?
slave
God gave
trade.
you knowledge to understand the truth about everything. What does
Well,
that mean?
I mean, as far as God opened up my eyes to see the truth. When you're raised in a church, you think you're taught one way about Baptist, Kojic, Pentecostal, who Jesus Christ is.
Right.
And when you come to find out the truth about all the holidays are lies, everything we've been told is a lie, basically.
Right. Which is fact.
God
Right? And
allowed.
a lot of people don't understand that or know that when everything that the Christian church, this for my TikTok and YouTube audience, and you could join and try to prove me wrong, but everything in the Christian church that you was taught was a lie. Everything. Sunday worship, Easter, Christmas, God loves everybody, laws done away with, heaven, hell, baptism, communion. All those things are not in the Bible to do.
Right.
And
Yes,
so,
sir.
go ahead. So you continue. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. So, and then even deeper than that, I studied about the sub-Saharan slave trade, the transatlantic slave trade, all that information, and so much more. I thank God for allowing me to learn from brothers like you and listening to other brothers, and even just going out picking up a book and reading myself. The question that I have for you, sir, what are we not allowed as far as like say if I wanted to take my fiance out for a night out on the town, or like if I wanted to go out to listen to some music, or like if I wanted to
Man, you
go
better take it. You better take her
okay.
out and go do it.
Okay. I was just
Yeah.
wanting to know like what is considered like we can't do. Like
Yeah,
I
you
know,
could do
going to the
whatever you
movies.
want. Yeah, you could do whatever
Okay.
you want as long as it's not unlawful. Look at it like that. Meaning like,
Okay, yes, sir.
let's say you want to go to the movies, that ain't a sin. You want to go to the bar,
Yes, sir. Yes,
that ain't a
sir.
sin. If you want wherever you want to go, you should be able to go.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
All right, yes, sir. Well, that's pretty much one of the main questions I wanted to ask. Like, what can
Mhm.
I do as far as like not so much as entertainment, but like if I wanted to go out, have a good time,
Mhm.
with my lady and stuff like that, what can I do? So that was like my main question. But I just want to say God bless. I listen to you all the time. You're a very educated brother, man. I thank God for brothers like you who are out there teaching the truth and opening up the doors for other brothers to find out the truth. I can say one thing, like my parents, well, my mother, rest in peace, my father passed away a while ago, but my mother and them, they're all evangelists, so-called evangelists, and bishops and pastors, such and such, deacons, such and all this. And I'm the only one out of the whole entire family that said, hey, no, something ain't right. And when I go to them about the situations that I've learned and the stuff that I learned, man, when I tell you they are not going for it, like I feel like I'm the so-called black sheep of the family, because I'm the one who stand outside of Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter.
Right.
Like, I'm telling them everything about this stuff. Like, hey, read it. It's right here.
Right.
Sorry, Bogia. This, and that, man. They do not want to hear it. It's like, yo, you the devil. Hey,
Right.
you don't know what you talking about. You're not saved. That's what they call it. You're not saved. I'd be like, do you even know what saved means? Like, I ain't none of us saved yet. You're claiming something you don't even know what it's about.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's
I've watched
crazy.
pastors, man, do so much crazy and wicked stuff in the church. The money thing, the tithing, all the effeminate men, man, it just, and I'm talking about, I was raised in the church, young boy, all the way up till I got about 18. I said, hey, nah, this something ain't right about this. I'm grown now, like I'm, of age now that where I can make my own decisions about what I want to do. So, man, I haven't stepped in the church since I was 18 years old, man, pretty much.
Yeah, and that's amazing. Like we all, was in the church at one time. My grandfather was a pastor. I grew up in the church. Mama had me in the church. And you find out the church don't fix you. The church don't heal you.
No,
And I
it
came
doesn't.
into the truth. That healed me. That strengthened me. That taught me the do's and don'ts and how to stop being punished by the Most High for my disobedience. So that taught me a lot. I learned a lot with that. Was there anything
Yes,
else,
sir.
brother?
No, sir. I'm here in Virginia. I'm originally from
Oh,
Illinois, but I'm here in
I can give you
Virginia.
a number to call for Virginia.
Okay. Let me get.
Yeah, you got a pen?
Give me 1 second, sir.
Listen, I'll be trying to find a number to get you to call. I got a number for you. You let me know when
Okay,
you're
yeah.
ready.
I'm ready, sir.
202
202
705
705
9819.
9819.
Yep, that's what you
Okay.
want to call. All right.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. You be blessed, Father.
Hey, you too. All
All
right.
right. Father bless. All right.
So I got the phone lines is filled up. So to the callers on the line, just bear me 1 second. I got a brother on TikTok. I'm gonna talk to him, then I'm gonna come right back to y'all. He been waiting to answer, I guess, Hosea in the Bible. So we're gonna do that, all right, and then I'm gonna come to y'all. So the people on the line, just bear with me. I'm gonna come right to y'all. To 908. I just said, hold on, dude.
Oh, no, I just want to know how do I know when it's my time to come up.
Oh, I'm gonna say y'all numbers. So I call y'all in the order that y'all are on the screen. So you're gonna hear something that say muted, and you're only gonna be muted, and then I'm gonna bring y'all on once it's ready. So I got 917 first, 832 second, 908 fourth, 267 fifth. That's the order of the calls. I'm gonna go to the brother delineationist first. All right, delineationist, you there?
Yeah, my bad. That's the groove.
This is the groove. What are you talking about? This is the groove. Hold up, to the brother in TikTok said he was looking for my body brothers. I got a 50% off sale. You want to go to www.callgas.com. That gas is with two S's because we got too much funk for one S. No, I'm joking, but it's callgas.com. So what's up, brother? You said you went back and did some study on Hosea, right?
Yeah.
To my YouTube audience, let me know if y'all can hear the brother talking, but go ahead. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. You help out with finding the scriptures. Got it. Uh-huh.
So I did run back to Hosea 7. He said that the individuals are Gentiles. And he said that he said how you can prove it is all the way back to Genesis. He said everything reverts back to Genesis. And he gave me the specific verse for that to go to the back.
He said, say that one more time. He said what now?
Oh, you said that the scattered individuals or the scattered Jews,
Mm-hmm.
He said that they are Gentiles.
In what verse? In what verse?
Great question. Genesis 10.
Wait, hold on 1 second. On Island, you said we only hear you, Captain, on TikTok. Y'all can't hear the brother talking on TikTok. That's crazy. How they can hear the brother on TikTok on YouTube but can't? Go ahead, brother. I'm assuming maybe she.
No, I'm not
Wait, no,
sure.
somebody else said they can't. Wait, hold on. Somebody else said they can't hear you on TikTok. Hold up. Okay, let me see. Go ahead and speak now.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead and speak now.
Okay, so
Y'all let me know now if y'all can hear. All right, they gave me a one. All right, you good now? Yeah, you good now. I think I had the volume on the speaker down. I apologize. Go ahead.
no, it's all good, man. So one of the things that he went back to was he reverted back to Noah, which was Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Right?
Now, if I'm not mistaken, you responded to Hosea. I thought you was responding to Hosea. Like, what exactly are we responding? Okay.
No, I responded to Jose, but what he said to me based off of what I read off to him, which was the passages 7 to 11, which we read. Right?
Hosea chapter 1, right?
Hosea chapter 1, verses 7 to 11.
Okay, and he said that those was Gentiles.
He said those were Gentiles based off of when he referred back to Genesis 10, chapter 10, 1 through, I could point to 1 through 10, right? And he's going back to the flood of Noah. The flood of, because we had to keep in mind when the flood of Noah happened, the
Hey, you know
earth
he's
started
lying
off.
to you though.
Whoa. You got to prove that if we talk biblical. So I don't want to use the word lying. You can say that you might think that you might have been in some error. I can live with that.
Yeah. Okay. You know what? I can respect that when you say error, right? Because I don't like when people call me a liar. It bothers me. So I apologize for the liar part. Right? No. Because let me just apologize. Because if somebody called me a liar, everybody know if you want to trigger me, call me a liar, and I'm gone. I'm off the chain because we're gonna make sure I'm not a liar. So I do want to take that back. So what I'll say is, I think it's just being uninformed, and the reason why I say uninformed because when you read Hosea 1 and 2, it says the beginning of the word of the Lord by Hosea. And the Lord said to Hosea, go and take thee a wife of whoredoms and children of whoredoms, for the land hath committed great whoredom, departing from the Lord. And when you go to verse 6, it says, and she conceived again and bare a daughter. And God said unto him, call her name Lo Ruhamah, for I would no more have mercy upon the house of Israel. Is that Gentiles or is that Israel in verse 6?
Okay, so I'm glad you brought up Gomer. The reason why I said going to Genesis, Gomer is the son of Japheth.
Where you see Gomer at?
Gomer will be in Genesis chapter
No,
10,
but
verses. No. I'm matching it up and I'm going by the word. And I'm very biblical with this. So if you can go to Genesis from chapter 10 all the way to 11, you'll see Gomer being used. And you got to keep in mind that also Noah was also a Gentile.
But brother, Gomer is not an Israelite.
But hey, they said the sons of Japheth, Gomer, Mohag, and then it goes to the
Yeah, you talk about Genesis 10.
So this is Genesis.
Brother, Genesis, but that's a horrible breakdown, brother. Genesis 10 and 3. Genesis, I'm gonna tell you. Because Genesis 10 and 3 is talking about the sons of Gomer and the nations that they became. That's what Genesis 10 and 3 is talking about. When you go to right, okay, so when you go to Hosea 1 and 6, the first chapter, when it says, so he went and took Gomer, the daughter of Diblam, Gomer is just a woman's name. The daughter, that is not a lineage of, that is not, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you because
If
you,
Genesis is
hey
the
brother,
origin of everything.
brother. Genesis 10 has nothing to do with Hosea 1 because verse 2 says, "Show the children." It says, "For the children have committed whoredoms." So he told Hosea to get a wife of whoredoms. That has nothing to do with Genesis, the 10th chapter, with the sons of Gomer. The subjects don't even go together.
Wait, and
Gomer is the wife. Gomer is the wife of Hosea in this parable, in this breakdown. Gomer in Genesis 10 is a man. Gomer in Hosea 1 is a woman. And then it says, "And the Lord said unto him, call his name Jezreel. For yet a little while I will avenge, for yet a little while I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel." This is not talking about Gentiles. Even the son that's being born. Do you agree?
But you didn't allow me to even go off and set up. It's okay. So now we look at verse 5 from Genesis 10 and 5. It says, "By these were the eyes."
I am definitely the patient king.
So it said, by these were the eyes of the Gentiles divided in their lands, everyone after his tongue, after their families, in their nation. So that's the dividing that you're talking about.
No, it's not. You listen, brother, you don't know the Bible. Because when you read verse 4, after they have that son, in verse 3, in verse 4, the Lord says, call his name Jezreel. That's in regards to Israel. That's not in regards to a Gentile. For it says, for yet a little while I will avenge the blood of Jezreel upon the house of Jehu. Jehu is also an Israelite, and will cause to cease the kingdom of the house of Israel. Is the house of Israel Gentiles, or is the house of Israel Israelites?
I have a question to you.
Can you answer my question first?
Okay, so I'm looking at it from a Gentile perspective.
Can you answer my question first? In this verse, it says the house of Israel. It says the blood of the house of Jehu was also an Israelite. Is this Israelites, or are these Gentiles being spoken about in verse 4? I'm asking you, brother.
I'll reread it real quick. Give me 2 seconds, bro. So, from our perspective, he's referring to the Gentiles.
This is why you don't know the Bible. You are unlearned. I would advise you to get in class, because this says the kingdom of the house of Israel, brother. You can't be this slow. You cannot. You cannot be talking about, if you're the second in command at whatever organization, I feel sorry for your whole church and congregation, because you're being extremely dishonest. Verse 5 says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. Is that Gentiles, or is that Israel?
We slow it down because originally, I wrote down the original verse.
The verses I had was 7 to 11. We're working our way, right? So we're working our way down to. How, you can't be that. You can't be that damn slow. You can't be this damn slow. We started at the top because you brought up Gomer. I was fine going from 7 to 11. You mentioned Gomer. Don't say I'm going backwards when you started at verse 3 and I just let you start at verse 3. I didn't go backwards. You went backwards. Like, are you remedial? Let me try to calm down. So now when we walk this down, it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that I will break the bow of Israel in the valley of Jezreel. Is that Gentiles, or is that Israel's that he's about to break their bow?
So, okay, I get what you, from that narrative from right there, you could say that he's from, it could be viewed as Jew. But when you go
Not as Jew. It don't say Jew. It says Israel.
Jew, Israel, sorry, you're right. But when you go back and look at the origin, because one thing is like, who are the Gomers? Who are these bloodlines?
The Gomers in Genesis 10 has nothing. Listen, man.
Wait, don't finish
I just muted this brother. I don't know. And brother, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know how much longer. I don't know how much longer. I'm gonna unmute you. I'm sorry. You can unmute your mic. Brother, you keep mixing Gomer with Gomer. Like, just because you find a name in one place doesn't mean that that's the same person. In the New Testament, Simon is called a Canaanite. Is Simon Peter an Israelite or is he a Canaanite? Which one? I'm asking you.
Israelite. Bro,
I'm asking you, is Simon the Canaanite? Simon, listen to my question. But you're wrong on the verse. You can't take a name in one place and make it apply in every location. It's like you're saying the only person that can have the name Gomer is in Genesis, the 10th chapter. You can find Joshua and Jesus being used all throughout the Bible. Jesus is not the only person with that name, Jesus. It was a Jesus existing while he was there. It's Joshua in the Old Testament. When you read Ecclesiasticus, some people call it Sirach. His name is Sirach, son of Jesus, or Yahweh, we would say. So you can't take a name in one place and then think that's synonymous everywhere you see that name. And that's what your false teacher is teaching you. And then teaching you so bad that although the verse says, I will break the bow of Israel, you said from your lens, that's Gentiles. How can that be Gentiles? That's impossible.
That's clearly Israel.
So, brother, I'm gonna have to move on from you. Here's my advice to you. My advice to you.
I'll take that back to him and we'll go back.
Can you do this for me? Can you have him come on and let me and him have the conversation? I'm saying that because if he's your teacher and he's sending you back, instead of going through the middleman, and you can come with him. How about both of y'all come back? See if he's available now. I'll be on till about 11. How about both of y'all come back and then we discuss it together so we can see exactly what it is. Maybe that'll be better.
Let me check to see results.
Okay. Don't sweat. I appreciate it. All right. All right. Before I bring this brother on TikTok, I got to come to my phone lines, which my phone lines is right here. 917. I'm about to say cross the line radio. 917. What's your name? Where you calling from?
You can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. What's going on?
Yeah, what's up, this is Jack from Florida.
All right. You got a question or comment?
Yeah, any subject is good, right?
Yeah, any subject.
All right, I got 2 questions on 2 verses. I just need some clarification to make sure I'm on the right path with the with the answer.
Okay.
All right, the first one is, it might be an easy answer. Like I said, I just want to make sure. In Acts 16, Timothy's father, right, it calls him a Greek in the scriptures.
It don't just call him a Greek. What does it say about his mother?
He was a Jewish.
So why is it calling one a Jewish and why is it calling one a Greek?
Oh man, you know you're the one supposed to be answering these questions.
I'm sorry. And you know why?
I feel you. I know why. It's the best way for me to learn.
Right.
Try to answer the question and fill in the blanks.
Because it helps you kind of like think outside the box a little bit. And so that's why I do that.
Appreciate that. Listen,
right?
You help me figure out my lens when reading the Bible.
Perfect.
Figure out the lens, but you help me,
Got you. So most people, because of Christianity and because everybody wants to make somebody be a white man, save the white man or something like that, we look at that as Greek means white. Greek doesn't mean white.
Oh, of course. I know.
Greek is just Hellenized. So the reason why it's saying Timothy is the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewish and believed, but his father was a Greek. It's like if your mama's it's like if your mama's in the truth, but your daddy's not. That's why it says a Jewish and believed, but his father was a Greek, meaning his father was the Christian, his mother was the Israelite.
Right. I think it's considering it said he was circumcised in like a couple verses after. I figured that it gotta be Israelite. All right. Other question was Ezekiel 28.
Hold on one second. Wait, no, you can keep talking. You said Ezekiel what?
Ezekiel 20, chapter 28, verse 15.
You might think that you might have been in some error.
Hold on one second. Don't say I want to see if I wait. I'm sorry. Go ahead and talk again, brother. Yeah.
Talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
I hear what you said. You asked me for the verse again?
Yeah, I was just making sure that I could hear you on the YouTube because somebody's saying they can't hear you, but I just played it on my phone and it came through just fine. Go ahead.
Yeah, Ezekiel 28, 16.
Ezekiel 20, you said Ezekiel 28 and 16?
And 15.
15? Okay, read it.
Thou was perfect in thy ways the day that thou was created. Iniquity was found in thee. Any
Okay.
clarity on who's that talking about? Because earlier in the verse, I thought,
yeah,
God
tell you who it's talking.
straight into the king.
So read verse 11. Read verse 11.
Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
12, Son of man, pick up a lamentation upon the king of Tyrus.
Who are we talking about? Who is he talking about? He's talking to Cyrus, right? I'm sorry. He's talking to the king of Tyrus. He's talking about the king of Tyrus.
Right. Talking about the king of Tyrus.
Right.
So that's my question. The king of Tyrus. So God told Ezekiel to say to him that thou was perfect in thy ways.
Yeah. Why not? What do you think a lamentation? Do you know what a lamentation is?
A lamentation is like I'll say this.
I'll read the definition of what it says. A lamentation is a passionate expression of sorrow, grief, regret, often conveyed through weeping and wailing. Right? So when it's making this lamentation, in the biblical context, it's a collection of poems expressing grief over the destruction of Jerusalem, the suffering of Israelites, which is attributed to their sin and rebellion. It also tells a story. So the king of Tyrus was in the country of Tyre, right? That country of Tyre was supposed to be taken by the tribe of Asher. The Asherites was actually supposed to take that land. They did not take that land. That land became a place. That land is a part of Israel. That's why in verse 13 it says, "Thou hast been in Eden, the garden of God." It says that because that's where that land that now the prince of Tyre was taken. Go to Ezekiel 27, just a chapter before. Go to Ezekiel 27 and we'll start at 2. I'll read. Just let me know when you get there. It says, "Now the son of man take up a lamentation for Tyrus." Now this is against the country. "And say unto Tyrus, O thou that art situate at the entry of the sea." That was supposed to be the tribe of Asher's land at the entry of the sea. "Which art a merchant of the people for many isles. Thus saith the Most High God, O Tyrus, thou hast said, I am perfect in beauty." So that's what Tyrus, that's how they talked about themselves. So when you go to Ezekiel 28, when it's saying thou was perfect in beauty, it's condemning them. It's like, imagine bigging somebody up as you're about to destroy them. Oh, you thought you was living good out here, man. You was running the block. You was getting money. You was rolling in the Benzes. You was doing this. You was doing that. And now look at you. It's that type of talk. You understand?
God being sarcastic in a sense.
Yes. Because when God fattening somebody up to destroy them. So that's why it says in verse, so, and now I'm going back to Ezekiel 28 and 12. So we know it's talking about the king of Tyrus. So it's talking about a man. It never stops talking about a man. Now, the reason why you have to understand that, because once it says Garden of Eden, people think fallen angel. People think Satan. People think, Nephilim. They start thinking like that, right? But the verse says it's talk about the king of Tyrus, right? I'm asking you.
Oh, yeah.
So if it's talk about the king of Tyrus, it cannot be talking about Satan, right? Thank you. So when it says thou hast been in the Garden of Eden, every precious stone was thy covering, the starters, the workmanships, is because as they was in Israel, as they was in that part of land of Israel on the seaport, that's where all the merchants and everything, that's how they made that money. Like when you go to verse 16, I'm gonna come back to 15. In verse 16, when it says, by the multitude of thy merchandise, they have filled the midst of thee with violence. The multitude of merchandise is that seaport that we read in 27. Like if you want to understand 28, you want to read Ezekiel 27. So you can see the wealth, the riches, and stuff like that that they would inherit. So when it says that was perfect in thy ways from the day that thou was created till iniquity was found in thee, it's like saying, yeah, you had it going on, but then you did this. And so that's a lamentation of the destruction of Tyrus. That's why he's talking about him like that. It's not a big up. It's not a pumping up like that.
Yeah, that's what had me confused because it called him perfect. I was like, this can't be right. At least not right the way I was thinking of it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it ain't calling him perfect. It's that because it's a lamentation, it's saying thou was perfect in thy ways. Like you had the land, you had the opportunity, it was perfectly set up until iniquity was found in thee. And it's very hard to find iniquity in heathens.
All right. Just want to say something else real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I know you already know this, but programming of Christianity, especially when someone's been in it for a real long time, like the other caller, I was in the same similar situation. Once I was of age, I got out of this. Once I was able to decide for myself,
Okay.
without worrying about punished or whatever, when I was a teenager, I hit the road too from there. But for those that remain, their programming, it's like the lens which they read the Bible from is it's just so different and so not clear. A lot of times, even when I'm going back and forth with people on Facebook about certain subjects in the Bible, you gotta remember, I'm like, in my brain, I'm like, how could you not see? It says what it says, and that's what it is.
Right.
But for some people, no, that's not what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I'm good on that, Cal. Appreciate your time.
Hey, no problem, brother. No problem. You take care.
All right.
All right. Next caller, 832. 832.
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Yes, I mean you call me, sis. You got a question or comment? Hello.
Hear me, Kat?
Yes, I can. I can hear you just.
Hi.
How you doing?
Shalom, Captain. My name is Claudia. I'm calling from the H-Town.
Oh, what's going on, sis?
Not much. I've been listening.
Hold
I've
on
been
one
listening to
second. You said something to me? Oh no. Oh, go ahead. What's your question or comment?
that I've been listening to you for a while,
Most time, correct? Right.
about a year and a half.
Okay.
Jumping back and forth, trying to find how I came about this truth, and I am so grateful that I did. And I've been attending the IUCPK classes in H-Town.
Most High Christ. Listen, I was waiting. I said, let me see if she's gonna say she in class.
I'm kind of crazy. I'm the crazy girl. I'm the crazy one. I'm the one when you came over. I was talking all this mess because I was mad because I was angry because I just found the truth.
Well, it sounds like you're not angry no more, and so that's a good thing. It sounds like you.
I'm calming down. The Most High has brought my spirit to a little bit more understanding, but I got a lot of questions when I go to class.
Yeah, well, that's what class is for. Like classes to, ask the questions, classes to do all those things. That's what class is for.
That's right. So I know when I'm the first one there at class, the last one to leave. If officers see me, they're like, "Oh Lord." They're probably saying, "Oh, here's I got a pink binder. I go by the pink binder. 'Cause I got a binder that's thick as the Bible. Questions,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm about to. I feel like there's a lot of women and men in class. No disrespect. The men are very attentive, and the women, there's a lot of children. So I have a little bit of a hard time of listening, and I feel like I need. I don't know if I'm a one-on-one person or what, but I need to go to class. So I go as much as I can. My husband doesn't like it because it's at late at night sometimes. My dad doesn't like it that I can go online. I'm like, it's not the same when you're there in the presence of captains and officers and people who are in the spirit. And that's how I feel. So when I get there, I'm a talker. I'm a social butterfly, and
Right.
I love to eat.
Well,
So I
well,
bring a lot of food.
well, sis, I do have a lot of calls. So, do you have a question now? Because you said you're a talker.
I do, I do, I do.
You ain't
Let
lying about the talking because you talking now.
don't get me started because I write a whole book in 30 seconds.
Right.
But anyways, I wanted to specify on a situation. I'm not going to say it's personal, but I'm going to say on birthdays.
On
Okay.
birthdays? Okay.
So I do know exactly what we're not supposed to do, and what you're, but what happens if you do it. So when I address it to a specific person, I just wanted to have a 2-minute conversation with this person. This person is very close to me. I love and care for them. And it wasn't even like 5 minutes into the conversation and they get offended. They always seem to is it me or is it just seem to turn it around on you and act like you're the bad person?
Because you don't want to celebrate birthdays?
Because I just want to tell them that because they're new in the truth. They say they know already, like they want to
So let
over
me walk.
talk
Let me
over.
walk with you a little bit. So you're saying you have a friend of yours that's coming into the truth, but they want to celebrate birthdays. You not celebrating birthdays, and they coming at you for it.
They're not one. They say they're into the truth, early into the truth. They say they understand the truth, but I can see it in their face expression that they're disappointed because they couldn't do what they wanted like we used to do it for the last 15 years, like
But let me
10,
ask you a
11 years.
question: did they not do it?
They didn't do it, but their response to me was very like, I just wish they would have done it. I don't know if I'm wrong for saying that
Yeah,
because
you are wrong for saying that you wish they would have done it because you can be sad. You got kids.
of course, and I
You
can
ever,
preach it all the time.
you ever tell your kids they can't do something and then they're sad about it or mad about it, but they don't do
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
So they still obey even though they don't want to. So the truth. Hold on one second.
They obey it and they don't want to,
Yeah.
and they disrespect you at the same time and
Wait,
make.
1 second, sis. I just need you to listen for a second. So
Okay.
just because your friend is sad that they couldn't celebrate a birthday, but they didn't celebrate a birthday, they're gonna feel sad. They're new to the truth. When a lot of people find out they couldn't celebrate Thanksgiving or couldn't celebrate Christmas, they're gonna be sad because it's family time, but they don't do it. You can't make that about you. You're kind of being selfish to say that you wish they would have done it. You're the demon in that scenario.
Well, let me clarify something real quick. I wasn't very specific because I'm not very good with my
I don't
words
need you
when
to be. Oh, well, I don't need you to name names if that's what you mean by specific.
no. What I'm trying to say is, because they didn't celebrate it in front of me in my home, but I know deep in my heart, and I know, and I have proof that they did it behind my back. That's a whole nother level. That's a whole nother story.
I mean, so I'm still kind of
About
confused.
that
I'm still kind of confused here. So you saying they did celebrate it because you first said they didn't.
because they hide it
Hide it where?
within their family and friends, thinking that because everybody's trying to hide it for me knowing,
No
but
problem. So
yet
then then that's still on them. But you still can't say you wish they would have done it. Can't say that. If they
no,
hide it,
I didn't say
everybody's
I
not at the. Everybody's not at the same level.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
And that's what you expecting. And that be a lot of times brothers and sisters do that. They want to monitor everybody. When the Bible says before you take the speck out of someone else's eye, take the beam out of your own eye. So
You're right.
yeah, and so you should be thinking, how could I give more comfort to the brother or sister that's struggling with it instead of saying they should have just celebrated it.
But when I was trying to give comfort to this person in not even 5 minutes, I was getting accused of saying, "Oh, you're saying this."
Are
Like
they
I
in
was
the school? Are they in class trying to learn, or they just learning
they
from
say
watching?
they are, but they don't go to class. And then they last
You
week
gotta
they
let
said,
them. Then you gotta do this. And the Bible it speaks about. Let me see.
"Dust the feet off your, dust the dust off your feet."
Nah, no, not that. No, that ain't what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a different scripture.
Yeah, I need a scripture.
In Philippians 2 and 12, right? This is the book of
12.
Philippians 2, the book of Philippians 2 and 12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with the fear and trembling." You're trying to maintain people when you have
Right.
to make sure you maintain yourself. So if they decide to break the commandments, then you can just not be around them, or you can give them mercy. But you cannot say, "I wish you would have just celebrated it," because that's what you did say. You said, "I wish
Well,
they would have celebrated it." That's off.
but when I said that, I meant it in the way either you're gonna be in the truth or not in the. You can't be lukewarm, right? So you might as well
But if
go
you
back to
knew,
be.
right, but if you knew to the truth, like when a young brother or sister comes into the school, and it's what we say at the end of class. When a young brother or sister comes into school, they are to shed themselves to the world. That shedding doesn't happen overnight.
Right, I know.
So we don't expect people to just change their life overnight. So we expect people to rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall, rise, fall. We expect that. So you can teach the person about not celebrating birthdays. Yah is real. Put a good scripture in the chat. Said Ecclesiastes 71, better is the day of one's death than the day of one's birth. You give them the whole breakdown, and then you let them be. And if they celebrate it, you've taught them. That's all.
So within 5 minutes, within less, actually not even 5 minutes, I was just trying to give them comfort and let them know that it's okay because I could see the
Right,
sadness
but
in
if
their
they
eyes.
don't hear you, then you don't get vexed by them not hearing you. It happens.
The demonic part came out of them, and they needed the person attacked me by saying, "Oh,
Attacked you
just
how?
because."
By talking?
Yes, by saying that, "Oh, just because you had a hard time." I never struggled. When they told me the truth, I was like hardcore. I believed everything. I
Now
never even.
you just said you was the crazy one when you first came in. So I'm pretty sure if I talk to the brothers in the school, they would say things about you. So you don't want to make yourself be more righteous than somebody else. Don't do that.
I'm not trying to be
You were
righteous. I just
the same headache that you said this person gave you over birthdays is the same headache you was. It's the same headache I was. We all was a headache. Nobody came into the truth and just did everything right. Don't do that, sis. You just said you was a headache. You was a problem. So you
I
can't say
was.
it. Right. So you can't say you just came in and I just did everything right. You didn't. You did not. Don't do that. I can
So
say
I didn't even give you. I was just angry because I was lied to
this.
in
What
the
I need you
beginning.
to do is just be quiet for 1 second. Don't.
Okay.
Thank you. Don't do that. Don't make yourself look like you're the one that's doing everything right and this person was doing everything wrong. We all did everything wrong. If we
All right.
did everything right, if we was doing everything right, we would have been born in the truth doing it right. So just
Correct.
give the brother or sister grace, whatever they doing. You keep doing what you're doing. Okay?
How's it going?
You hear me? You hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
All right, I'm
And
gonna
then
wait, sis. I got like 10 calls on here, so
I understand.
I can
I'm gonna
I
put
can
you.
do
I
what no,
understand.
sis, what I could do, I'll just put you on mute. I'll run down the line and then I'll come back to you. All right.
All right.
All right. 267. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hi, my name is Tiana.
How
I'm
you
calling from
doing?
Delaware.
You got a question
Good,
on?
how you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, I was wondering and just thinking about like the environmental psychology behind like gun violence, how it's open carry and such in Atlanta and other type of cities, major cities, predominantly black, or we know for black people being at compared to Philadelphia where it's like a lack of gun control, lack of gun laws and stuff. So what makes
But
up the
Pennsylvania,
difference?
but in the state of Pennsylvania, you can carry a gun with ease. It's the same.
Right, in the state of Pennsylvania, but in the city of Philadelphia, the gun laws are different,
Meaning
and I
what?
think they're I think they're more
What do you mean?
loopholes.
What do you mean by they're different?
In Philadelphia compared to Pennsylvania or Atlanta, I think it's not there's not any type of regulation, whether it's based from the streets, from the states, from the city. I don't think there's any type of regulation. So what does that stem from and why? Like, is it environmental? Is it because of
What is so what I would like to know is that true? Because when I
I
look,
feel like I mean,
I just Google that's and that's what I Googled. I typed and
mhm.
it says the main difference is that Philadelphia requires a permit to carry a firearm, even if it is openly displayed, while the rest of Pennsylvania allows open carry without a permit. In Philadelphia, you must have a license to carry a firearm, regardless of whether it is concealed or not. Whereas elsewhere in the state, open carry without a permit is generally legal. So what you said is actually reverse.
Okay, so it's stricter laws in the
It's
city
strict,
and
yeah, it's
looser
actually
laws outside.
yeah, it's actually
Okay,
stricter in the city as opposed to outside.
got it.
Now the gun problem, because
Yeah.
like you say that now, you know, Chicago, you can't carry guns at all without a license. It's hard as hell to get a license in Chicago, but it doesn't stop
Mhm.
us from having guns. Same thing with New Jersey,
Right.
same thing with New York. It's hard to get guns, but it doesn't stop you from carrying it. The license, first of all, the license that they create are mainly for white people to carry. You know, in it's the second or third amendment, could be the fourth, the right,
Yeah. The second.
the second right, the right to bear arms. So
Mhm.
the ability to carry weapons has nothing to do with black people. It's all about the violence of white people. White people are that violent to where they want to make sure that they can carry them arms. So guns is not a black problem. Guns is an American problem. Now, of course, because we're black, our concern is mainly us, mainly our people. So I get why you're asking that question. So we have that problem for lack of brotherhood. We have that problem from oppression. We have that a problem from white supremacy. We have that problem from drugs. We have that problem from generational gang violence. That's why we have that problem because you can have people like I have a license to carry in New Jersey. I know other brothers that have license to carry in Philadelphia, all throughout the United States. I travel with the weapon and everything, but I don't go and shoot people because it's for self-defense. But I also not in that type of environment. And so the reason why we unalive each other is because of our disobedience to the Most High. If I was to read a few scriptures in Deuteronomy 28 and 64, I'm gonna read two scriptures in Deuteronomy, not 64. I apologize, that's not it. In Deuteronomy 28 and 56, I
I
think
have
it
a
is.
question after we're done.
Yeah, if you could just stay muted. Let me just make sure I muted you. Who said they have a question after I'm done? Who said that? Oh, the one and only. You gotta wait. I got a lot of phone calls, brother, but I'll come to you. Just be patient. But make sure.
Deuteronomy.
Yeah, I'm going to Deuteronomy 28 and 54. It says, "So the man that is tender and delicate among you, his eyes shall be evil toward his brother, and toward the wife of his bosom, and toward the remnant of his children, which he shall live. Even us being on the corners. I don't know if they still on the corner everywhere, but in Isaiah 51 and 20, it talks about, it says, thy sons have fainted. They lie at the head of all the streets as a wild bull in a net. So imagine a bull in a net. The bull, of course, is going to try to fight to get up out that net. That's us on the corner. That's us in the ghettos. That's us in the barrios. That's us on the reservations, to where we destroy each other because of our disobedience to the Most High.
So was there like a starting to this, like a biblical beginning or like a historical beginning to how, I guess the white folks kind of oppressed us with the lack of education, knowledge, and more violence?
Well, from a biblical perspective, as I was in Deuteronomy 28, in Deuteronomy the 28th chapter, if I read Deuteronomy 28:1, it says, if it shall come to pass, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all the commandments which are above thee this day, that the Most High God will set thee on high above all nations, and all these blessings shall come upon thee. So now that's the start. If we obey the Most High, we would be blessed, and that's our wisdom. We think, like, we be thinking that having this high science is wisdom. We think all those things is wisdom. But if I read Deuteronomy 4, it said, this is Deuteronomy 4 and 5. It says, behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that you should do the same, that you should do so in the land whither you go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this is a great nation. This is a great nation, is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great that has God so nigh unto them? That's how it would be for us if we just kept the law, statutes, and commandments. That's our wisdom. Now, our enemies know that. So before I read the punishments, I want to show you something. This is in the Apocrypha. This is the book of Judith. I think it's chapter 4. Wait, is it 5? Let me see. Wait. Okay, this is the book of Judith, chapter 5. And in the book of Judith, chapter 5, they was coming to fight the children of Israel. And as they coming to fight the children of Israel, the children of Israel begin to gird up to prepare for the battle. And so the captain is like, who is this people? Right? And so when he says, who is this people? This guy Achior, the captain of the all the sons of Ammon, says, let now hear the word of the mouth of thy servant. So he begins to break down the children of Israel and who they are. So he talks about how they came out of Mesopotamia. He talks about how God brought them out of Egypt. And then he said this, and which is one of the most important part. This is Judith 5 and 17. It says, and whilst they sinned not before their God, they prospered, because the God that hateth iniquity was with them. But when they departed from the way which he appointed them, they were destroyed in many battles very sore, and were led captives into a land that was not theirs. And the temple of their God was cast to the ground. Because remember, you asked the question, how did we get in this position? How did we get in this captivity? XYZ. Because the other nations know that if they can get us from following and serving the Most High, then they can have dominion over us. I'm gonna keep reading. It says, but now in this verse it says, but now they are returned to their God and have come from the places where they were scattered and have possessed Jerusalem, where their sanctuary is, and are seated in the hill country, for it was desolate. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error against the people, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let's go up. So these other nations, so the white man, the Arabs, the Chinese, everybody know that as long as they can keep black people on drugs, black people, lesbians, homosexuals, XYZ like that, black people, single parent homes, broken homes, black people, abortion, black people unaliving, that our God is going to keep us on the bottom. And so that's how they keep us. They give us. So let me read this part. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 15. It says, but it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe and do all the commandments, his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Then it says, cursed shalt thou be in the city, cursed shalt thou be in the field, cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. And so now you look at the black communities. In the black communities, we're cursed in the city. In the black communities, we're cursed in the field. The field is synonymous for the workplace. We're cursed in our basket and store. We don't have stores. We don't have businesses. The punishments that we suffer is for our disobedience to God. That's why there is no solution. Like we look for solutions in the president. We look for solutions in the mayor and the senator. We look for solutions in all these different things, but that's not the case. And that's why we suffer, sis.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. Did you have any other questions?
So what? How does the punishment come upon those who
Let me
prey
ask
on
you
our
a question.
downfall?
Let me ask you a question. Do you follow like the Israelite way, or what do you believe in?
My family does, so I'm kind of like a new oncomer, learning it, coming from like just
Where was you
typical
coming from?
Christianity.
Your typical Christianity. So in Christianity, we're taught God loves everybody, right?
Yeah, I recently learned that's not true.
Yeah, that's not true.
He could be mean to you. He could punish people.
And so think about it. The people that taught us God loves everybody, did they love us?
No, not at all.
That's the danger. That it's as simple as that. That's how easy it is for us to get punished and deceived by the white man. The white man enslaves us and then tell us God love everybody, the God that they serve. But if the God that they serve loved everybody, why didn't they love us? Why didn't they care for us? Why did they enslave us? You understand?
Right. Yes.
That's how simple it is.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome, sis. I appreciate the call. All right. Got some
All right.
coming up in the joint today. Next caller, 585-747.
Yeah, that's your good brother Charles. Cav, how you doing?
What's going on, brother? You got a question or comment?
Oh yeah, I do. I got a comment first. Great class last night. I wanted to ask a question about Genesis, about Adam and Eve, and when Adam was the first person in the garden, and then it said he wasn't supposed to live alone or not have a woman. Because I texted.
Say that one more time. Say that one more time.
About Adam being in the garden by himself.
Mm-hmm.
And God gave him a woman.
Right.
That woman deceived him.
Right.
Now my question is, Cap, biblically and in the real world, what was he supposed to do?
What, when his woman came to him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What he was supposed to do was tell her. I was about to say something crazy.
Oh,
but he was,
Cap,
what he was, no, I didn't want to go there yet. What he was supposed to say to her is, "Woman, we ain't following that. God told us we ain't supposed to follow none of that. We supposed to obey Him. He was supposed to shut her down." Now the gangster in me was gonna say, "Why you bring that? Like B, why you bring that up in here, man? We ain't doing none of that. We about to die. We do that, we unalive. You do that, we delete it. You do that, we don't exist no more." That's what he was supposed to do. He was supposed to stand. He was supposed to stand on business and then go check the serpent. That's what he was supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what he was supposed to do.
And see, Cap, that's what I would. That's the question, because Proverbs 31. When you got into that last night at the class, you talked about Proverbs 31 about the woman. And then I don't know what other scripture you pull about her being known in the gates and her husband known in the gates. God gave Adam.
Yeah, that's Proverbs 31. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So if God gave Eve to Adam, he already knew what she was going to do. Or do we not know that? That's what I'm trying to figure out.
But whether the Most High knew, listen, the Most High, like we gotta, don't you want to watch that because it's damn near like asking that question is like saying the Most High gave gave Adam a wicked woman on purpose. Is that what you're saying?
Kind of, Cap, and kind of not, because it doesn't make sense. Because Proverbs 31 says on what a wife should be, she should work with her hands, just like when you were talking in the class, you were speaking the scripture.
Right, but what does that have to do with Adam getting a wife? The Lord gave Adam Eve because man should not live alone. That's what he said. It said it's not good that man should be alone. I will make a helpmeet for him. But but Adam was given instructions what to do, right?
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. So if my woman comes to me with an idea that's against the Most High and I obey, did God give her to me to be evil? Or did God give her to me as a helpmeet and to correct and build up? Which one?
See, it could kind of be both, Cap.
I don't know what you mean by both.
Because if she came from the rib and that's his rib, and God sent her
She didn't
here,
come from his literal rib, though.
Cap, I completely understand. What I'm saying is God sent her here for Adam because man should not live alone or be alone. So he gave him a wife that had bad intentions
How
from
can you
what
say,
I'm
wait, but yeah, that brother, you married, brother?
No.
Yeah, brother. I think you might. Do you have woman problems in the past?
Not woman problems. I wouldn't say that. I know women. I know women.
Okay, because you strike me as a brother that don't want to take accountability as a man. And what I mean, and here's why I say that. Eve is like any woman. Women are the weaker vessel. You're familiar with that scripture, right?
Yes, sir.
But you're talking as if she's supposed to be as strong as Adam. That's how you're talking. When Adam, like in the Bible, when it says Eve was deceived, right?
Yes, sir.
And as she's deceived because she's the weaker vessel, Adam was not supposed to be deceived by a woman or a man, was he?
Absolutely.
Right. So him allowing his woman to be deceived by a man, that's on his shoulders. That's not on her shoulders. Right.
Absolutely, God.
Okay, then. So don't make it like don't speak in a fashion where a woman, like God gave him this messed up woman. She could have been. Yeah, I'm listening.
Cap, the question that I'm asking, what should Adam have done?
He should not have listened to her. He was supposed to correct her. That's what I said the first time. He was supposed to correct her. And then she would have learned what a man is. She would have learned that discipline. That's what she was supposed to do. Excuse me, he was supposed to do. He did not correct her. That's his fault.
So instead of one, two got kicked out of the guy.
Yes. Did they all get punished? Did they all get punished?
Oh yeah, yo, Cap, they got
Adam
punished.
if Adam wouldn't have listened, only Eve would have got punished. Or if Adam wouldn't have listened, neither one of them maybe would have gotten punished. Maybe just
you're right. You're right about that. If he would have put his foot down, I get what you're saying, Cap. And
who's ultimately responsible and has to take charge?
Oh, the man. We know that.
Shalom.
We know that. I just wanted to ask a question because because someone brought up Genesis and I heard the other callers calling, and I had this question from yesterday. So that's what should Adam have done? And then, like when we talk about not leaving your rib or whatever, if you got a rib that you can't talk to or you can't speak to, Because Adam had instructions. She had instructions. She knew what she was here for. Adam knew what he was here for. But they both got kicked out of the garden because Adam didn't do what he needed to do. Now, if he would have did that, that wouldn't have been his rib no more.
What you mean that wouldn't have been his rib no more?
If he would have told her that she did something wrong and you listened to somebody else, that would have came into conflict.
But y'all didn't answer my question. Why wouldn't that have been his rib? No, you saying correcting a woman means that's not your rib?
Cap.
That's why I be wondering if you got woman problems, man. Because I correct my women. I correct my women all the time. They ain't stopped being my rib because I say, hey, we ain't doing that.
Cap, I understand that, but see, this is, you know how you talk about the real world and then people not in the truth. So at that time, if Adam would have explained to her or said whatever she did and it was wrong or right or whatever she was doing, you think she just like anybody else in the real world right now?
You can't teach that. That don't even make sense. I correct women in the real world right now. I tell women all the time, we not doing that. And I ain't lost a woman, or sometimes you might, like, I ain't never had a woman say, well, I'm leaving you because I can't go to church. I haven't been through that. You can't teach that. What you're teaching, brother.
Yeah. No. I'm Cap. I'm not teaching anything.
You are.
It was
you saying in the real world she'd leave over learning something from a serpent, from another man.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying, Cap. If she would have got corrected, I think you know how women are. You've been around women before. You have women. You get what I'm saying? You have wives. If you say something
if you say something, you're gonna have to argue. You may have to argue with that woman, and you argue with that woman, you check that woman, you do everything to that woman. She don't leave because of that. You can't say that. She could be mad, she could be angry, but she don't leave because you checked her. Like that don't even, like, brother, you disappointing the hell out of me right now.
Cap, I'm just saying what I saw and what they got both.
You ain't you're not seeing this in Genesis the 3rd chapter. You seeing Adam listen to her. You're saying that Adam, if Adam wouldn't have done it, Eve would have left. We can't read that. And so you're basing that on your anecdotal experience with women. You're not basing that on real life, because in my real life, I've checked women. Now in the real world, some women may leave, some women may not. But you can't say with certainty that a woman is gonna leave. That's just not legit.
I'm not saying that she was going to leave if Adam would have said what he needed to say. All I'm saying is they got banished from the garden.
That is what you said. You said if he would have stood on it, she was leaving. That is what you said.
Did they both leave the garden?
They didn't leave the garden. They got kicked out the garden.
And why?
Because they both disobeyed. You making it seem like Adam didn't disobey too. They all got punished. They got kicked out because of their disobedience. Like, what's happening right now?
And Cap, that's what I'm asking. Where did Adam go wrong? That's my whole question. Is what should have Adam had done?
Hey, brother, you're gonna have to listen. You're gonna have to listen online. Am I tripping? He keep asking the same question. Where did Adam go wrong? Adam went wrong because he listened to Eve. That's where he went wrong. He went wrong because when she came to him and brought him that, he should have said no. Like, what the hell? What is happening here? Is it me? To the brother on TikTok, I just got 2 more calls and I'm coming right to you, brother. Just bear with me.
Copy.
Thank you. Well, no, just one more call. I apologize. Just one more caller, and then it's you. 908. What's your name? Where you calling from? That brother. Before, I hear you. Before you go, there's some women that did that brother real bad. He ain't giving a woman no play. He ain't giving a woman an out. He ain't doing none of that. None of that. Go ahead, brother. What's your question or comment?
Yes, this is Ryan. I'm calling from New Jersey.
What's going on? You got
My comment is, when I was younger, I used to sit there and ask my mother. I used to say, because I grew up Christian, and I'm like, if Jesus is a Jew, why are we not Jews? And I don't understand why we being Christians and we be what Jesus is. So I was really confused about that. Because I'm thinking, you know, people go become Muslim, people become Catholic,
right?
You know, all of that. So I'm like, why are we Christians and not Jews? If what we want to be what Jesus is.
Right.
So
I
I
agree.
couldn't connect that. So I couldn't connect it. Then as I got older, I ran into you, and then listening to you, everything just hit, and my questions were being answered. I'm like, this is what it is. This is where I need to be. So I say that to say is I want to get into camp. I want to get into class. I want to receive the knowledge, and I want to know where can I go. It was me and my father. I want to know when are you out there on the street teaching, and
Well,
where
we
can
have
I
a
go
class.
for class?
Okay, so we have a class on in Jersey City every Monday from 7 to 9. That address is 89. Let me know when you're ready. I'll give you the address.
Second.
And then I'll give you a phone number to call for Jersey as well.
All right. Okay, I'm ready.
All right, so it's 89
All right.
Monticello Ave. That's
Monticello.
Monticello.
Okay.
Jersey City, New Jersey.
All right.
And then let me give you the phone number to call for the classes. The classes every Monday 7 to 9. But let me give you the number to call. Let me know when you're ready.
I'm ready.
862
All right.
224
All right.
5401.
All right. And also, are there any because I worked the night shift. Are there any classes I guess during the day or any other days?
No, not really classes during the day. I know brothers go live, like myself and others go live at different points during the day. So maybe sometimes if you miss a class, you can catch a class. The One West online classes on YouTube are classes every day. You can always go back and rewatch those classes as well. The importance of the importance of the in-person, which is good, is we can keep your attendance and track it so you can become a trooper and you become an officer. So this Monday you should be in class. And then you make sure you get that brother a call that I just sent you, and he'll run down the schedule and everything you need to do.
Yeah, Saturday classes.
You said what?
Yeah, class on Saturday
In New York.
in New York. Okay, I could get to New York, and I also work in New York. So
Okay, so the address for that is 2279 3rd Avenue, Harlem, New York.
right by me too. 2279 3rd Ave.
Harlem, New York.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And as far as the street teachings, in New York,
They're on
Jersey,
120. They're 100. And well, in Jersey, we do Jersey once a month. We're mainly in New York on 125th and Lenox Ave. But when you call that number, he'll give you the schedule for when we teach on the street.
All right.
All right, brother.
One more thing. This is just something I've just been thinking about. I was thinking, do you think it's possible that when God threw Satan out of heaven, and
He never threw Satan out of heaven.
Okay.
Yeah, let me free your mind with that. Yeah, God never threw Satan out of heaven. That's Christian lies.
Okay. All right. Because I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, I wonder, was that like really how the dinosaurs died? And they say meteors.
Oh nah, brother. I can't wait for you to get in class. I ain't never had nobody say that. I ain't never had nobody. Hey, you think when he threw Satan out of heaven that killed the dinosaurs? I ain't never had nobody say that one. That's a new one. That's a brand new one. I ain't never heard that one before.
The Christianity, we heard, he threw Satan out of heaven, he came.
Right. I used to believe that. I used to believe that Satan, they got Satan as everything. Satan was a singer, Satan was pretty, Satan was jewels and shine. He did all type of nonsense. So yeah. But I do appreciate
I got the information, and I can't wait to get into class.
Definitely. All right, you take care.
All right. And Judah here.
Yep.
All right.
Hey, the one and only on TikTok. I appreciate your patience, brother. Or are you a brother? What's your ethnicity, man?
Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay, perfect. All right, go ahead.
So-called.
Got you. I understand. So, what's your question or comment?
So, being as a so-called Puerto Rican, and considered by most Hebrew Israelites, as a Ephraimite,
Mm-hmm.
I still to this day have trouble believing that fact. That you get what I'm saying? So, my question is, how are the Ephraimites? How are the Puerto Ricans Ephraimite? Because obviously most of the Israelites in the Bible themselves, they were people that were mostly melanated.
You got a Bible verse for that they was mostly melanated?
No.
So why you say it?
But from watching you guys on the internet, it's mostly Moses was black, Job was black, Jeremiah was black, Christ was black.
Well, Moses was a Levite. Jeremiah was a Judite. So when we say black, we're talking about the tribe. We're not talking about their skin tone.
So was John black or
John the Baptist?
John the Beloved?
He was a Jew. So he would be like the 12. You can't teach, it don't tell you which tribe all the 12 was from. We hypothesized that they're Judah or Benjamin because those were the dominant tribes that remained in Israel during that time. But even if we called them black, like I'm called black and I'm light as hell. You see my face?
You darker than me. If you look at me, you darker than me.
Yeah, but what you're talking about is colorism. You can't let that colorism get in the way. In Jeremiah 12:9, it says, "My heritage is unto me as a speckled bird. A speckled bird has many colors." So this ain't about that. I'm listening.
Okay, so coming to that verse, because I kind of know the verses as well. Well, no, wait. You know how it says that Ephraimite is a cake on turn. Ephraim is a cake on turn, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then it talks about how they're going to be punished for it.
But okay, but before, as you getting into color, you got to free your mind from that because your skin complexion doesn't make you an Israelite. If that's the case, we would say Africans is Israelites.
Oh no, I know Africans are not Israelites.
That ain't what I said. If we base it on skin complexion, Africans would be Israelites. Arabs would be Israelites. When we say the Taino Indians are Israelites, it's because you can find Hebrew inscriptions. You can find Hebrew tablets. You can find them have a whole culture of Israelite culture on the island of Puerto Rico. So it's what we can find historically, it's what we can find biblically that can say that the Taino Indians are Israelites. It has nothing to do with what they look like. That's the beauty. The beauty of ISBK and the 12 tribe chart is that we identify as Israelite outside of color, outside of hair, outside of all of that. So when someone comes to me like yourself and you're saying you can't be you can't be an Israelite because of your complexion, I ain't never heard of that shit.
So I still struggle, kind of,
You know how you get out? You know how you get through that struggle? Where you from?
Like, what do you mean?
Like, what city you live in?
I'm in Connecticut.
Yeah, get your ass in class. Get around brothers. Like you, like as you by yourself. Are you in like a school or anything?
No.
Yeah, that's why you're struggling. You're struggling because you ain't surrounding yourself with Israelites. So you in the house by yourself, waking up every morning looking at what you call your light skin, and you think that disqualifies you from being an Israelite. We got brothers in our school that when people see him, how y'all got that white man in the school? He's an Israelite. We don't run from that.
So okay, so my it's not a fear. It's mostly like Like I don't want to wake up one day and then
Man, just bring your ass to class. We'll find out. We'll find out. Like you're Taino, right? You're not Spaniard, right? Yeah, you can come to class. We'll find out. I can give you a number to call for Connecticut.
I can't get. Oh, you guys are in Connecticut.
We got a brother that we got a couple brothers in Connecticut. I can give you a number to call.
So I'm soon leaving to the military.
Oh damn. That's unfortunate, brother. What made you do that?
Poverty.
I understand. No. Poverty make a lot of people do that. So, but I could still give you this number for Connecticut.
Can you DM it to me? Or
Just message me. No, it won't be a problem. Just message me because I'm live now. Just message me, and when this live is over, I'll send it to you.
Also, don't forget to like send it. Send back. Don't forget to send me the.
Oh yeah, I got you. Yeah, my unscented. You want to get the unscented one? It definitely will help that eczema. Okay.
All he does is complain about it. He's Colombian, if anything.
Got you. No sweat. I'll send it to you. I appreciate it, brother. All right, no sweat.
No problem.
All right. All right. 219. 219. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
I'm Anna.
Okay.
I'm calling from Gary.
You calling from where?
Gary.
Okay. You got a question or comment?
I do. So I called in earlier and I kind of second guessed myself. I kind of know what your stance is and how you kind of do. I've been watching you for a while. But I kind of wanted to get your advice / opinion on some things.
Okay.
So I just made 41. And I'm calling because I'm in a situation where I'm in some really messed up relationships. I would even say a messed up relationship. I can't find. I don't want to sound crazy, but I for some reason I'm getting approached by like all the wrong people that I'm not looking for. And I started off by saying I know your thought process on this because you believe in the multiple wives.
What is
but I don't.
What is my thought process on it?
That men can have multiple wives and it's all right.
But what does that have to do with what you just said about being approached by the wrong men?
Because that's typically the type of guys that I'm being approached by. So, for instance, I was at a nightclub, a little bar, and I actually got approached by one of your people. I can't think of his name, but it was like he was all the way down at the end of the bar. I was with my fro. I was dressed very nicely, and out of all the women inside the club, he kind of gravitated towards me. And we kind of had a conversation, and I like completely blew him off once I realized, what camp or who he was affiliated with, which was, you guys. And so like I'm either getting approached by guys that are married, right? Or like married, paper married, or younger guys that believe in the multiple wives type thing, or guys that got like 100 children, right?
Do you have kids?
I do not.
You don't. You said you don't have any kids.
No, I do not.
How long was your last relationship?
I was in a
No.
you can
How
say,
long ago? Let me rephrase. Not how long you was in a relationship. How long ago was the last relationship?
about 2 years.
Okay, so you've been single, no sex for 2 years.
For 2 years.
Gotcha. Okay, go ahead.
And I don't feel like I'm being selfish because of that, right? I feel like I'm in my own right. Like I used to watch the Samuel Adams or whatever his name was, and how he was saying, "Oh, you need to do this and you need to do this to catch the good man," right? Well, my predicament, every situation is different. I'm well established. I don't even like to even say I'm independent because I don't want to be independent, right? I have to be strong because I have to, right? And I have to be independent because I have to. Um, I, but then also I know that men and women is not supposed to be um, by themselves, right? And I am, and I found myself YouTubing, watching you. I've been following since like COVID is when I found the truth, right? When we had to shelter in place.
So when you talk to the men, do you stop talking to them right after you find out they have other women?
I do.
Okay. And then what about the men that don't have other women? Have you ran across them?
So guys that so where I am, I don't know if you know about Gary, Indiana,
I
but where
don't.
I am, they just kind of want to have sex, right? No strings attached.
Where are you meeting these people at? Because like I know you said the club. Where else are you meeting these men at?
So basically, I go to work, right? I weld. I got a trade, so I go to work, and then I sit at home, and then I go out to the club to be sociable. Like the hours that I work, I really don't have time to do
But
anything.
I would try to find different places. You going to the club, they're going to the club to have sex, sis. Like if you go into the club and think you're gonna meet a man at the club, I mean, what's the history? What's the luck on that? You said you're 41 years old, right?
Yeah.
How long you been going to the club?
For a while. But I mean, I don't, like go all the time. It's like a hit and miss.
Right. I would stop. Here's what you want to do. You should stop going to the club ASAP. That's what I would do. I would stop going to the club. If you're looking for a man, I would tell you to get in ISUBK and get you a man. But you so
But you guys believe in multiple wives.
absolutely. And
I
right. So you can find you a man, but listen, every brother in our school doesn't believe they have to have more than one wife. It's just not unlawful if they choose to. But now you can go out there and get somebody in the world, and more than likely he may not tell you, but he's gonna get another woman. So that's if your biggest fear is sharing your man, when your biggest fear should be, is he a God fearing man? That should be your biggest fear. And that's the problem with a lot of women. You're so selfish for yourself. And when I'm saying selfish for yourself, I'm not even talking about selfish in the sense that you should want to share your man. I'm talking about you don't even know that you're not loving yourself by not picking or looking for a righteous man first because you're so fixated on not sharing him. And you could have passed on a man that could righteously take care of you, righteously provide for you, righteously do the things for you. But it's a red flag. How many relationships have you been in your life? Just give me a random number. It ain't got to be accurate. It could be close. You could say it, whatever that number is.
Okay, so I come from a fruitful background. I wasn't always heterosexual, and I watched some stuff. So I was in a long-term relationship with a woman for like 11 years.
Okay.
So no, I'm not ashamed. Like I was 100% open. I was a lesbian. I came out of that out of that lifestyle when I was like 24.
So when
Got
you say
introduced
you
to
came
Jehovah's
out of that
Witnesses.
20, when you say you came out of that at 24, so you was a lesbian at what, 13?
Somewhere in there.
Yeah,
But once again, it was a long term, right? So like
it was diabolical though. It was
well, I
it was
mean,
against
I get it
God.
now.
Right.
Right.
It was against
100%.
God. And this is why I say you are being selfish against yourself. Now I applaud you for giving up that lifestyle. And then so how many relationships after that? So that's 24. How many relationships after that?
So that was just one, right? Until I was 24.
Right. And you don't have to necessarily give a breakdown of each one. I'm just asking you how many, just a number.
So three, three or four.
Okay, so
A
3 or 4.
long-term relationship.
Right.
Right afterwards, I felt myself with a guy for 4 or 5 years.
Right.
That didn't work out.
And why didn't that work out?
Uh, caught him cheating. I had women knocking on my door. We
And what
lived
about
together.
the other 2 or 3? Why didn't they work out?
Their no's didn't mean no's, and their yeses didn't mean yeses. If that make any sense, like we would bump
And
heads.
right.
Like they would tell me not to do something, but then still go and let me do it.
Is
Like
your
stuff.
father is your father in your life?
Yes, I had my father. He passed away in 2000 on Christmas.
Okay, so it's been a long time. So I would say you don't know how to pick a mate. That's what I would say. I don't think that you've actually discerned spiritually what that looks like. And you're not in the place by yourself. We all do that. We all suffer from not knowing how to look for a man. Um and so that's why I'm listening.
I just don't want to feel used, if that make any sense. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to
But
be anybody.
it sounds like you've been in relationships where you were used already, which is why I said you don't know how to pick a man. And so now you don't want to be used, right? So you shouldn't be the one to pick the man. You should come to a place where you can change your life spiritually so that you can actually know where to go to pick a man, how to pick a man, how to choose a man, how to make yourself noticeable to the man you're looking for. Because clearly, whatever you're doing is not making yourself noticeable to the man you're looking for. You said you keep attracting the wrong man. So there's something you're giving off that's attracting that. There's
Right,
something
and so I'm asking you, what is it?
I would say your pride. I would say your conceit. I would say you're thinking you do everything right. Your intolerance. And you need more humility. That's what I would say. What I would suggest you do is get I tell everybody to get in class. You might have a little bit of masculinity in you that you may not think that because you gave up that lifestyle, you might still have that masculinity in you, and you just don't know it.
No. I wasn't the guy.
Doesn't matter. The fact that you were still attracted to the opposite sex, and that's another diabolical part. Women think because they played the role of a woman, they not being a man when you're attracted to what a man is supposed to be attracted to. That's mental. And see how you defended that? That's why I said your pride. Like you wanted to make a point. No, I wasn't the guy, I was the girl. You was a girl attracted to a girl. When men are attracted to girls, that means you was a man. You was acting and thinking like a man. You was trying to have sex with something that a man should have sex with, and you was having sex with it for 11 years. That's why I said your pride, your conceit, your lack of humility. You wanted to be right about something that's wicked. The problem is you. The problem is not the men that are coming to you, because if you're in a club, if you're doing something, a man would be attracted to a 300-pound woman in the club because he's horny, and you wondering why you attracting these people. You need to be humbled, sis. You need to get counsel. You need to let your pride go. You need to correct yourself. It's and I would say that to anybody. We all have to do that. Michael Jackson had that song "Man in the Mirror." We always can say this person doing this person doing this. It's hard for us to say I'm fucked up. It's hard for us to say I'm broken. I need to be healed. I need to get counsel. It's hard for us to say those things, and that's the point that you at. You need to be told that, and then you need to get some help. Because before, I would say, before you pick a man, you should actually learn how to be a wife. You want a husband. I'm pretty sure the relationship that you want to get in is the last relationship, right?
Yes.
So in order to do that, are you prepared to be a wife?
Yes.
Based on whose standards?
On the standards of today. I mean, I'm nurturing, I'm loving, I'm kind. I wouldn't even say I have something to bring to the table as far as financially, because I don't think that, my funds actually matter. But
You
if
say you
it
don't think
did,
you say you don't think what?
my funds should matter.
Your
Like
fund? You said your
my,
funds?
my funds, yes, my income. Because I
But
mean, I feel like a
everything that
man
you
should be able to stand on his own, right? And
everything that you just said, you would be a horrible wife.
okay, why?
You said you're nurturing. You're 41 and you don't have children. Nobody is going to believe that you're nurturing. There's
I have
nothing wrong with
dogs.
okay. A dog, like this is what I mean by your conceit and your pride. A dog is not a child. It's not. And somebody, let's say if somebody looked at you and you had a dog, they would say, damn, you can raise a dog, but you can't raise a child. That's a strike on you. That's not a plus. It's a plus that
Okay,
it's a plus that you don't have children at 41 because somebody might say, well, that's a value because it is a value. But when you say a nurturer, we don't know if you're a nurturer or not because you never nurtured.
can I interject, please, for a moment?
Yeah.
So the reason why, I mean, first and foremost, coming up in my surrounding area, I went to like a really bad school, right? So first and foremost, let's go back. My sister had her first child at 13, right? So I was a young girl helping raise a child. Then I go to high school, and everybody in my freshman class was pregnant by sophomore year. So I've never wanted to be put in a box. I never wanted, at that point I wanted to be different. I did not want to be like them.
Yeah,
I
you didn't
seen
want to be
how
put in
they
a
was.
box. You didn't want to be put in a box, but you ate
I didn't
box.
want to be nobody's baby's mama. You know what
Right.
I mean? Just
Right. But you didn't want to be put in a box, but you ate box. It's no different. Like when you say you're trying to be a wife, you need to be taught how to be a wife. When you say his funds is he should be able to stand on his own too, you're building separation just by that statement alone. I ain't never been with a woman and I said, your money is your money, my money is my money. Why are we even together? What are we building? You're building nothing. And most women like you that make that statement that my funds is mine, you will expect him to use his funds for house, for business, for hanging out, for all that, and you want to keep your money. Your stock is low, sis. Your stock is low. What I would advise you to do is before you go out there talk about you looking for somebody, you need to get yourself correct. You need to get yourself healed. You need to make sure you heal. You need to do those steps so that as you do those steps, now you're being prepared and then you'll see better. You'll attract better. There's a vibe, there's a spirit that everybody has on them. When you see somebody walking up to you in any environment, it ain't even got to be an environment of relationship. If you're at your job and a coworker walking up to you, there's a vibe that they can give off where they feel angry, they feel sick, they feel sleepy, they sassy. We all give off a spirit. There's a spirit that you're giving off that says, I'm easy. That's why they coming to you trying to have sex with you. There's a spirit that's coming off you that's saying that, yeah, I can get her, I can game her. Now, you don't want that spirit. I don't want you to have that spirit. But unless you change your spirit, you change your thought process, change what it thinks to mean a wife. Stop thinking that raising a dog is the same as raising a parent, a child. It is not. I would say you didn't have kids because you raised kids, and that made you not want to have kids. You said it so much you didn't want to get pregnant in high school, and that led out of high school up to now you're 41. That's trauma. What traumatized you as a kid made you not want to have kids. So you got to think about those things. So what I would advise you, sis, before you get in a relationship with any man, is to just get some counsel, get some help. I always recommend getting class. We have a school in Indianapolis. I can give you a number if you want to call it. And if you don't call it because you're concerned about a man having more than one wife, you kind of proving my point. So do you want the number, sis?
yeah, I take the number down.
Thank you, sis. I appreciate it. It's 317
317
453
453
0519.
0519.
Yep. So you give that number a call, sis. And if you need counsel or anything, you can always contact me as well. If you need some counsel, I'll help you. But you got to understand, you got to be broken before you can understand anything else from a man or anything like that. And we all had to be doing that. In John, the 3rd chapter, Christ said, except a man be born again, he shall not enter. And so you got to be born again. You got to realize everything you did in your life was wrong so that you can be retaught. And then as you're being retaught, you may find out that there's some things you did was right, some things you did was wrong. But you got to be willing to at least be born again to do so. All right, sis?
All right, thank you.
Hey, no problem. You have a good night.
You as well.
All right. I think that's it. It's 11:35. To the sister in Texas, I'm gonna have to catch you tomorrow. I did 3 live streams today. I was supposed to do 4. I am not a marathon. I realized that. So I did my regular Car Chronicles. I did the Sinetta one. I was supposed to do Tommy's. I did go on Tommy's, but no disrespect to Tommy and them. But when I went in there and they talking about ass and titties and who they like this and wow, and the women is engaging in that. Now it irritated my audience. Of course, I didn't want to do that. So I text Tommy and I told Tommy, I'm gonna let y'all have it this week. But because I was already live with y'all, I decided to just finish the live. That's kind of how I'm gonna do it. Because I'm don't want to really be in no wild conversations like that. That's not manly to me to be talking about titties and ass amongst men and women and stuff like that. I didn't grow up like that. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Now tomorrow, man, I don't think I got to do no live streams for the rest of the week. I'm just joking. I'll be back for Car Chronicles tomorrow. If y'all got any questions to my people on TikTok, if y'all got any questions, just message me. Any subjects you want me to cover, topics on YouTube. If y'all got any questions for me, any subjects y'all want me to cover, just message me as well. I'll gladly teach whatever subjects y'all got. It makes it easier for me because sometimes I just go live and freestyle because that's kind of how my Car Chronicles is. But if y'all message me and say, Cap, can you teach Fallen Angels? Can you teach Jesus is not God? If you can, teach those things, I'll gladly teach those subjects. So I appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all about Shema Shabbat Thumb, y'all Shema Thumb by Shem Yahweh Shai. All right. Was Christ never talked to other nations?
He never talked to other nations.
Except that one white woman, he called her dog a female dog. You know what a female dog is? Yes. Oh, you can say that. Yeah. So he called the white woman a.
Jesus called a white woman a.
Yeah, he said it's not good. He said it's not good to take the children's bread and cast it to the dogs.
Oh, Jesus.
That's what he said.
Lady. He called a baddie.
Jesus was a gangster. He beat. Excuse me. He beat.